Hi, my name is Don Crawford, and I am a candidate for state representative in the Olympia, TUMWATER, and LACEY district. And I am a challenger. And the thing that really drives me to begin running for this race is what I want to talk about right now. It's about the fiscal situation. You know, our present governor has spent over $8 billion. Our rate of spending is 16% roughly, and our rate of revenue is right around 9%. We have a 7% shortfall, and she's been spending in so many ways, and the legislature's been spending in so many ways, that according to the Department of Revenue, that we have a projected deficit of $3.2 billion. And when our present governor came in, she had a $2 billion surplus and no deficit. So what we've got to do is we've got to first cut spending. We've got to put any thing concerning raises on hold. We have to cut spending. And then we have to balance the budget. We need to come to a place where we can cut spending, balance the budget, eliminate the deficit. And there is an $842 million rainy day fund, but you know what? I tell you what, that fund's got to rain right on that deficit. And we need to get it taken care of. And we need to look item by item, whatever it takes. We have to cut spending. We have to cut spending. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And I'm saddened by the fact that people just like to, in the legislature, like to spend at will. My opponent, who is the incumbent, spent $69.8 billion. The state senator in this district spent $61+ billion. My opponent was the fourth biggest spender in the district, and our state senator was the fifth biggest spender, and our other representative was the 30th largest spender. And there's a lot of big spenders, and I think it's a sad thing that they don't put the interests of the people first before putting special interests first. Many of the representatives and senators, the special interests put money into them to run and into their campaigns, and then when it comes to being in the legislature, it's payback time. I tell you what, I've given people one pledge, and I've told them I pledge to serve the people and not to serve special interests. I want to serve the people, and I do not want to serve special interests. And I just recently signed a tax reform and a no spend pledge, and I signed that and I faxed it right back to them. And I am not, if I'm elected, not going to raise any taxes. No new taxes. Period. We need to work hard to make sure that the needy, the vulnerable, the helpless are taken care of. And we need to make sure that the taxpayers are taken care of. You know, I talked to so many of the senior citizens, especially one man I remember. He said, you know, my next tax bill will be just about what I paid for this house. Now that's a sad thing. That's a sad thing to have property taxes go up so much. I talked to another man who had a house that he spent $350,000 for his house, and now it's taxed at $1 million. He said, it's going to tax me out of my dream home, and I don't know what I'm going to do after that. And senior citizens, need to be taken care of. We need to give them a cut rate on property tax. We need to lower their property tax. Take care of our senior citizens. They've served well. Some of them have fought in the wars. And I'm saddened that we're about ready to, and many of them said, tax me out of my house. And it's an unbearable thing to think of that. I think that, the state government wants to have a 2% increase in employees. Do you know who is the number one employer in the state of Washington? It's the state of Washington. I think they have just hired people and hired people and hired people, and I feel bad, but we're probably going to have to unhire a lot of people. And unhire a lot of people and cut in other areas that they have just loaded it up. But not taking anything away from transportation. We need to make sure that our roads are taken care of. All our roads are taken care of. And all our ferry systems are taken care of and done on time. And the I-520 bridge needs to be gotten into it, and it's amazing. We need to have that done. And we'll probably have to have some toll fees to pay for some of those to augment. But many of the transportation issues need to be taken care of and done without raising any more taxes. There's been just too many taxes raised on transportation, and nothing was done. Study. We got to get the Alaskan Highway Viaduct or tunnel or whatever they're going to do there. They need to get it done. We need to take care of business. Taking care of business in the state of Washington. And that's another thing. We have in the state of Washington, we have